Yo, guys, it's Godzilla. Since we finished No Way Home, we might as well tackle the Into the Spider Verse series. Obviously, we don't have the whole series out yet. Only the two movies have come out, and the trilogy will complete next year. But since we're in a groove reviewing Spider Man movies, we're gonna do Into the Spider Verse and Across the Spider Verse. And then when I review Beyond the Spider Verse next year, I will review these movies because I want to. Because I'm going to want to. I know I'm going to want to. So I'm just going to do it. But, anyways, Spider Man Into the Spider Verse. Man, 2018. The end of 2018 was a crazy time. Because Miles Morales. 2018 was a very big year. Not just for Spider Man, but for Miles Morales. You see, Spider-Man Peter Parker was created back in the 1960s, 1962 to be exact. And it took it 40 years to get an on-screen adaptation in Sam Raimi's trilogy. Miles Morales was created in 2011. And he appeared in TV shows a couple years after that, but he never really got big until Spider-Man PS4, when they told his origin story. Spider-Man PS4 is an amazing game. Miles was great in that game, but that was the first one to come out. Then we had this, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where this Miles Morales is the best Miles Morales. It's not even a competition, I would say. There's just something about this Miles that just really captivates me. It makes him so relatable. So, without further ado, let's get right into the review. So, this movie starts out great. We get the retelling of Spider-Man, of Peter Parker, and it's like comic book-esque. Any frame of this movie you can put into a comic book. That's what I really love about this movie. It's the animation style of this movie is it's unbelievable. And it is in Across Spider-Verse, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But man, it's crazy how good the animation is in this movie. Everybody feels real. So let me stop just getting ahead of myself and just talking about the animation, because I could talk about for a half an hour how good the animation is, but that's not why y'all came here. Y'all came here to hear me talk about the story of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So we meet the Peter Parker of this universe. Where this Peter, he loves being Spider-Man. His life is all hunky-dory. Somewhat. Obviously, he has the same Peter Parker problems, but that's not told to us because the story is not about this Peter Parker specifically. But that's besides the point. We cut to Miles Morales singing Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee. What a character introduction, might I add. We get introduced to him saying a banger of a song. That immediately hooked me to Miles. Because I wasn't so sure about not making Peter Parker the lead of the movie, but I was proven wrong almost instantaneously. The way his story is told within the first 5 minutes, yeah, you can create a story out of this. You can probably create a trilogy out of this. Probably. But, so, Miles is incredibly smart and has a gifted mind that his parents put him in Visions Academy, which is pretty much just the rich kids. Well, it's school for higher education for smarter kids, you know. Miles is purposely failing his tests and stuff, so he'll get kicked out. But this is where we meet Gwen, who is obviously a girl that Miles is gonna like, because, you know, it's Gwen. But having the comics, you know, you just see them two on screen, and you're like, this is definitely going to be a couple in the sometime near future. But that's besides the point. But that's besides the point. We'll talk about more about Gwen later. But let's talk about Miles' Uncle Aaron. Now, if you've read the comics and you're a comic nerd, you'll know that Aaron Davis is the Prowler. Or he's going to be the Prowler in some way or fashion. Obviously, the movie plays it like it's shocking, but it's not really shocking. But the movie makes you feel how Miles is feeling, knowing that his uncle is a thief, a killer. That's crazy to deal with, but that's a nice segue into spoiler warning. If you haven't watched the movie, it's been out for like 5 years, but that's besides the point. Spider-Man dies. He dies twice in the same year. That was fucking ballsy. Have him die in Infinity War, and then now this? Peter Parker is getting the bad end of the stick in 2018, man. He even got his ass beat somewhat in Spider-Man PS4, so Peter Parker wasn't getting that much love in that game. Well, he kind of was, but that was towards the end. But Peter Parker was a punching bag in 2018. He kept dying and shit. He got snapped away. He's begging Mr. Stark he doesn't want to go. Infinity War review may be coming soon. I'm not going to review every Avengers movie. That's fucking insane. I'm not going to do that. There's too many movies to start. I'm just going to review the ones that I want to. It's my channel. It's my fucking rules. If you don't like it, go fuck off. But back to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Kingpin wants to see his family again, because Spider-Man caused him so much grief and loss. He's crazy, but at least he has a proper reason to hate Spider-Man, not just a classic J.J. Jonah Jameson. Oh, he's a menace! I love JJJ. Don't, bro. J.K. Simmons is a goat. He's a goat. I'm glad they brought him back. Hopefully they continue to use him in the next Tom Holland trilogy. At least I think it's gonna be a trilogy. There's already 2 Spider-Man movies confirmed. It's probably gonna be another trilogy. We're gonna get 6 fucking movies. 6 since Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Man, that's gonna be crazy. The same guy. I mean, if they're doing it like that, it's gonna work. But this is not about what they're gonna do. What the MCU is gonna do. This is Into the Spider-Verse. I gotta stop getting off track. Peter Parker dies. Kingpin kills him with a big smash. Then Prowler chases Miles. Obviously, Miles got bit at this point, you know. It's the classic. Miles is out with his uncle, and it's like weird. It's like, you know, something's, you know, like when you don't notice it, but like, you know, he tries to call his uncle, but it goes to voicemail because he's the fucking Prowler, and he can't really fucking he can't even call people right now. He's fucking Prowler. He's trying to steal shit and help Kingpin, you know. So Obviously, he's not going to answer the phone, but Miles just sits there and watches Peter die, and it's crazy. So, Miles grieves over the fallen Peter Parker that he met for like 5 minutes. Then another Peter Parker comes around. Peter B. Parker. The most I feel he's, I don't know. Yuri Lowenthal is a good Peter. But Jay Johnston is a good Peter too. You know, there's all you can't. Why can't we just like them all? Why do we have to pick a favorite? I like Toby. I like Tom. I like Andrew. I like them all. Why do we really have to choose? We just can prefer movies, but in terms of characters, they're all good. But that's besides the point. Of course, Miles tries to convince Peter to help him with the collider, but Peter B. Parker, he doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to get home. He wants to just... And I love how when you're first introduced to Peter B. Parker, it's like the opposite of our Peter Parker, a blondie Peter Parker. That was like weird how they made him blonde. You never really saw that, but you know, it's a weird alternate universe, so just run with it. But it's crazy. But it's not the point. Well, a little later we meet Gwen. We find out she's Spider-Woman too. She's Spider, you know, another Spider-Man, another Spider thing, you know. But we're introduced to not only Gwen, we go to Aunt May's house where Aunt May and Peter are grieving because in Peter B's universe, his Aunt May died. And in this universe, Aunt May's, her Peter died. And it's a weird but somber interaction. It's really weird. But it's good. We meet 3 other Spider people. You know, Penny Parker, Spider-Ham, and then Spider-Noir. I like them. Their inclusion, you know, it is what it is. I like them. I love the arc of Miles. Where at first when he's in May's house, where like he goes to the like Spider-Man suit thing, and he's like he doesn't like fit it yet, but then later when he's ready, it fits him. I love that attention to detail, and how Stan Lee pretty much said it will always fit eventually. But we know he really just meant there's no refunds. But he was kind of right. It did fit eventually. But Stan Lee's a goat. But Peter B. Parker decides he's going to stay back and sacrifice himself so everyone else can live. Because Miles isn't ready. So, yeah. So Miles runs away. He goes to Uncle Aaron's house. And then the Prowler just comes in. At this point, Miles should just fucking know it's probably his uncle. But, like, when you're a kid and stressed out, you don't really think about that. So you can understand why his mind was elsewhere and not really connecting the dots. But he connected the dots immediately when he took off the mask, and it's revealed to be Aaron Davis. Wow, what a shocker. I'm kidding. But, like, this scene was pretty fucking good. No questions asked, because the music, the score, I love the Prowler theme song. And as much as a fucking meme as Miguel O'Hara's song is, it's a banger too. My God. The whole soundtrack basically is goated. But that's besides the point. Prowler has, let's skip ahead to where Prowler has Miles trapped on a roof. Miles knows that if he reveals his identity to the Prowler, he's probably gonna not kill him. And this is where I'm like, wait a minute, but in the comics, Prowler didn't give a fuck that Spider-Man was Miles, so he still tried to kill him. But they actually humanized this version of Prowler, where he's like, oh shit, it's my nephew. Because, probably, because you can tell there's a genuine care and affection. So obviously he's confused, he's distraught, he doesn't know what to do. Kingpin tells him to do it. Prowler doesn't even hesitate to not do it. He doesn't hesitate to not, and then you're like, oh, Prowler's a good guy now. He's gonna, nope, GG, he's dead. Kingpin's like, fuck you, bitch. You not listen to me, you're dead. Damn, how you gonna do that to him? How you gonna do it? And it's the classic uncle talk to the nephew when they die. It's almost like a Spider-Man story. Huh. I don't know. I mean, if only something like you mentioned Uncle Ben in some cases. MCU. But that's besides the point. MCU Spider-Man, it's its own fucking... But no! It's the 616 universe, the same as the comics. It's an adaptation. You can't do that. No. Let's not get... I don't want to get heated over this. Because, it's in a good spot. If they don't just fuck it up. It's in a good spot. So, it's all blessed. It's all calm. It's been a while, but we should be in a good spot now. But that's besides the point. Peter B. Parker decides he's going to stay behind and let the others go. Miles figures out his powers from a spark from his dad. They've been showing a lot of Miles' dad in these two movies. I've noticed that a lot. Is he going to die? Nah. His uncle died. Uncle Aaron died. It's the classic Spider-Man story. Uncle died, you don't need no more death. Wait a minute, though. It is a canon of... No, let's not get there. No. Miles is an anomaly. Nothing's gonna happen to his dad. That's besides the point. Let's get back on track. The leap of faith scene is fucking amazing. Miles figuring out how to use his powers on command. It's fantastic. I love the arc of where Jefferson's like, he doesn't have to say it back. Where in the beginning, he embarrassed him and made him say it. I love that arc where... I like how Jefferson thinks Miles is mad at him because he's not responding, but he's not really... But Miles can't physically talk to him. He's trapped because of Peter B. Parker. But that's besides the point. But I love that interaction. It really made Miles feel like he was worth something. And we all really need that in these times, man. Mental health is the cause of many people's deaths. And you gotta... You got to get the help when you need it. When you're depressed and you're on the verge of doing it, you gotta get help. Yeah. But I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah. But what's up, danger? So, Miles enters the scene. He proves everybody that he can use his powers on command, and they're all enticed by his new suit. And then they all have to say their goodbyes. The other three Spider people go, and then it's just Gwen and Peter B. Parker that needs to go. Gwen has a moment with Miles thumb rub. I didn't. Gwen, don't think I'm blind. I fucking saw that thumb rub, but I saw that thumb rub, girl. You like this dude. Don't cap. Don't lie to me. You like this dude. But they're officially friends. Officially BFFs. And then Miles turns what he learned from Peter B. Parker back onto him about his relationships back in his world. Peter B. Parker's selfish. He didn't want to fix anything. He just wanted... But, like, Miles made him realize it's a leap of faith. So this causes Peter B. Parker to have a kid with Mary Jane Watson. That's... Peter Parker as a dad, it's, like, bizarre, but, like, it's good at the same time. I don't know. But I'll talk more about that when we get to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. But they'll say their goodbyes. Miles knows he's not alone in the Spider-Man thing, so he's good, but we going to the near future where we see Gwen has found out how dimensional travel. She can dimensional travel, and she reads Miles. And then that's the end of the movie. Post-credit scene, we get Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. Holy shit. I heard back in the day that they were going to do a Spider-Man 2099 movie or show. Or TV show. I forgot. But then Batman Beyond came out, which, yeah, it's basically the same concept. So they decided to scrap that and do something else. I forgot what it was. But that's besides the point. But this is a good movie. I love this movie. Everyone played their roles beautifully, and in my tier list, I told you what I thought about this movie in a condensed version. But this movie is goated, and there's nothing really else to say. It's art. It's just art.